We're here again. It's me, JT, Michael B.
Mike B.
Also,
I feel like we didn't introduce ourselves on that Inyala video. Now that I think about it,
I think it's just it's us. Or
we just started talking.
Here we go.
They know us by now.
Oh, I guess. And we're here to recap episode 4, right?
Yep.
Episode 4 of the Sheards. This show it seemed like a transition show. We've gone past, getting to know everybody. We've basically known, everybody's like attitudes and characteristics of themselves. It's almost like you've gone to when you got a new job,
right?
And you go to I was about to say learn meeting, training. They didn't want to come. When you go to training, you might have some few people in your group, and so probably by the end of the week, you know everybody.
Yeah.
You know where they stand.
You realize the people that you don't like.
You know the people you can go to break with.
The people you can cuss around.
The people you go to church with.
Right.
All of that. And so I think we going to that part of the show now where you somewhat expect to know what they're gonna say. You know the characters now, and so I think it was more homely. Like, okay, now you know our attitudes. Now know our attitudes together with everybody involved. It seemed like it was more.
We got more family. Yeah, we got more family interaction. And I was surprised to get as much camera time for Kierra.
For Kierra, yes.
The wise one. I was talking to Noah the last time because I said I feel like she's a major part of the show and a part of the family, but we don't really get to hear like anything from her until they need that wise word. And that's when they go to her and she gives it.
They give her a high five.
But she got some real
this
camera
time.
Time.
She got about a half an hour.
Even Bishop. They let Bishop talk a little bit too.
Yeah, I think it was the whole family got a lot of camera time.
Right.
This episode, and and you learn how they interact with each other. It seemed like this time it seemed like the cameras weren't there.
I feel like if we recorded like your family, like you and your sister and your parents, I feel like that's how things would be. It'll be like that.
I think they let their hair down by now. And so I don't think
they did seem more relaxed and comfortable. Yeah.
And you saw how they really react. The sister. Let's start there. And I think we said a little bit about it with J. Drew's baby mama.
Oh, okay.
and so the first part of the episode is J. Drew's baby mama Shan,
Chantel,
and Kierra. I don't know. I guess they somewhere having a sit down. She was like at a restaurant.
Yeah, they met
at a restaurant.
That's usually where people like reality TV shows. Like when you're not meeting at home, you meeting at a restaurant. And I guess or a clothing store. That's really the only two places.
People really don't hang around like under a bridge. Let's go under a bridge and talk.
But whatever scenic, I feel like you can go. Like well, I guess you can't really hear.
But a lot of people don't. Only certain people would do that.
Under the
most
bridge.
People under the bridge, or
it takes a special kind of person to meet under the bridge. Come on now, JT. Let's keep it Christian. But yeah, the Kierra and Chantel met up.
They doing her, their little sit down talk, and I guess they was what's going on in your life type of conversation.
Just like, is it my turn? Did I say what's going on with me? Okay, it's your turn. Yeah. And
she said all in her little confessional. Yes. Yeah, okay, she's more than a friend now. She family.
Yeah,
and I think that's the
when
last.
When she said family, I was like, see,
man.
That's
what she wanted.
That's what she wanted, but that's not what J. Drew wanted. And you're talking about what Kierra said in her confessional.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Chantel, yeah.
That she ain't friend. We kind of past friends now.
But if you like hanging around somebody for so long and then interacting with your family for so long and then having a baby with somebody
now between us,
you can't help but consider them family, really.
until they cross you or something.
Yeah. Well, that's when you pull out the gun.
Yeah. The pink gun.
The pink gun. Yeah.
But Shan started first, and you know she said I guess her co-workers set her up with a date,
a blind date,
mm-hmm. and Kierra, you know, she's like, what? And she already knew how her brother was going to react, and she just couldn't wait to give him that information.
Yep, and the reason she called herself being messy.
that is messy. It ain't calling.
But she felt that way because I guess when she was talking to J. Drew about what happened was it L.A. And her meeting with those other producers, you know, J. Drew felt he was offended. He felt hurt because it was almost as if all this stuff was going on behind his back.
Yeah.
So, and then now she's talking about possibly working with other producers, and even got to the point where she made him admit that to have a couple tracks on the CD, you know, with other producers, there's nothing wrong with that, and how could that hurt them? He's like, it can't hurt us at all. She's like, stop right there.
Oh, okay, that's when they had their own little talk about it.
And then, so now, that's why when she's talking to Shan, and Shan says, she's going on a blind date.
Yeah.
Kierra's like, I got something I can
take
use.
His mind off.
Because he really wasn't, you know, he was kind of pissed off a little bit.
Which
I think I would be too. Because it seemed a little underhanded, but...
Yeah, they went out by the ducks. We going to L.A. What? And it's about music.
Yeah.
What? You know,
bye.
What? You know, hold on.
My brother didn't have a chance.
He didn't, not it.
Especially because he already had plans, you know, to go be with the mama and the sisters, you know. So
after that, J. Drew and the sister had the talk, and now we back to the conversation with Shan. And so and it was almost like when she was telling, she's like you know, are you done with
J. Drew?
Wait, J. Drew? Yeah, I think I'm done.
Yeah, I felt like she really wasn't sure. She was like, I guess
I'm done.
But based on how J. Drew has been having this conversation over and over, he wants to be done. He wants to believe that
he's done. And Kierra, like, it was almost like a
yes,
no, you ain't. You know,
one of those type of moments.
And so, and I think what was her turn to confess, or like she talked about her, I guess, her engagement or whatnot to the minister.
Yeah, and how like she was engaged for 2 years, and then it really didn't work because she wasn't. Deflated. I guess she said she wasn't ready or something.
And she's still getting allowances, and she's still at home. So, you know,
that doesn't mean you ain't ready for. You're just ready for your husband to give you an allowance. That don't mean you're not ready for.
That's the old 1950s, 60s when you just stay at the house until a man come and get you.
But you know what? I think it should be like that a lot more nowadays, because too many of these hot girls is going out, moving out, doing their own thing, having kids they can't take care of, and then get married. Do it the right way. I feel like this is good. Preacher kids sometimes are doing it right.
Doing it right.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes. And let's talk about Kierra. We ain't talking about J. Drew. J. Drew on a whole nother.
He the classic.
He on a whole nother level.
But I guess she became. It seemed like she easing her way more and more into the family. Shan, I'm talking about.
10 years? Easy? Ain't it been? Did you say
she's
10
already
years?
10 years. She keep on bringing it up.
No, she's in the family, and then she even went on the date and met. Yeah,
she met with a guy and had a. I guess it was pretty good.
He never said his name. I feel like they didn't even show his name like on the
Joshua.
Did you make that up?
Yes.
You thought of a biblical name?
Yes. Give me something so I can say no.
I don't have anything. But I'm like, she said like, I'm Chantel, and then they just went into talking.
I'm pretty sure he said his name. We probably didn't. It was I guess it wasn't worth listening to.
Well, hell. But then they ate, and talked.
They had the cheese and
the cheese.
The fondue.
I thought they. See, I never been to a fondue place, and I'm like, this looks so weird. They like picking chicken out of a cheese pot, green.
Usually it's like I think it's like a bread, and they dip it in cheese.
Oh, that was. Oh. Hey,
I'm out.
I'm not fancy.
That they ain't even fancy no more. That's how they used to have it like back. That's all right.
In the King,
I didn't want to go get you a lesson. I was gonna give y'all a lesson of fondue.
Oh, why you know about fondue so much?
The 70s show.
Oh,
that's the only reason I know.
All right. Well, this is the Sheards. So
well, hey,
step back.
That's what you don't want it is. I'm trying to stop.
Don't bring up O's.
But they had a good date, and
she seemed like she might have really been kind of feeling them.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, you know, Kierra went and spilled the beans.
Oh yeah, she was waiting. They was at a shoe place. She caught up with OJ Drew, the brother, and he was like, why you so just
he said, why you so happy?
She just get it. She was like,
and I feel like girls are like that when they got some news.
She knew she was about to be messy. She knew. She admitted it, and she loved it. She reveled in being messy, and I guess she was ready. She was just ready. And so he was in there,
like anything to take the heat off me. I think that's how she was. But then it's also juicy, so that's even better. Hey,
she couldn't wait.
2 birds with 1 stone.
And here it is. And it seemed like how she called him was like a deer drinking water out of a stream or something. I'm cool. I'm straight. Nobody bothering me.
Mm-hmm. I was just looking for shoes.
Yeah. La-di-da. Mm-hmm. And here she come in and I think just
skipping. She was that happy.
She was happy, elated, and just messed my boy's day up. Told him, that your girl.
But she tried to be sneaky about it. She's like, I got to spend some time with JJ or like the little boy.
She done brought the little one into. That's how she started.
Why you got the baby?
That's how she looked. Then drop the boy's guard down.
She ain't went out on a date. She didn't tell you
what? I thought that was old news by now.
And he over there. He like, nobody told me.
My boy rocking. And I mean, I ain't worried
and
about
look, like me, he trying to play it cool. Because now he probably don't.
He wasn't cool at all. My boy was moving. She knew it. She knew it.
She said, "Come on, J. Drew."
Yeah, he was telling her.
Let it out.
I ain't gonna be man. I ain't
trying to convince himself.
I wouldn't be mad if he did some push-ups. I wouldn't have been mad at him at all because his soul was hurt. His soul was hurt. The baby mama done passed him up. Finally that.
That's when it was like sinks in.
It sinks in. That, okay.
That moment where you say, "Oh, stuff just got real." One of those moments.
It really got real.
He caused it. But then he trying to backpedal a little bit. But the way he portrayed it, he's saying that he really don't have a problem with her dating. But then when you think about dating, he's like, well, she has my son more than I do, most of the week. So eventually, if she gets serious with somebody, they're gonna want to be coming around and they're gonna be around my son, and that's
that's
what I got.
That's really what That's when the deepest part of it. My son is spending more time
with
this other man, and if they have a relationship or get married or whatnot, 9 times out of 10, the son is gonna be with the mother. And so he's going to be in that household with
7 times out of 10, he going to accidentally call him daddy. And that's
accidentally. They do that anyway now.
That's when you pull out the black gun. Not the pink gun.
Oh, the black gun?
Yeah, that's when you...
By that time, you really don't have no choice.
Let's keep it Christian. Now we practicing and we preaching non-violence.
Christians got guns.
Oh. Well, bring out the black gun.
But back
I can understand his pain. Though.
But he was somewhat taken back. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I would think he would expect it. If you're not going to be with her,
especially
then somebody's going to be with her. You know what I'm saying?
But I honestly believe that some of us don't even think that far. Like we tell girls we
tell ourselves, oh no,
and so we like, okay, well that's the end of her dating, because if she can't date me, then she's so stuck on me she ain't date nobody. Bam,
like he was born a king or something. Like she ain't gonna go with nobody else. No,
but then when reality sets in,
when the truth,
then now we crying in the corner, shaking.
Oh yeah, we ain't moving about, can't get your words. And that's what he did. Talking about, go on, J. Drew.
She was trying to bring it out of him. Like, come on. She was laughing the whole time.
But that's brotherly and sisterly love.
Mm-hmm. And now she also was trying to. She called herself trying to move out. Remember?
Oh, her friend got into her ear from last episode
from L.A.
You know, you need to go ahead and venture out.
Well, she wanted her to move to L.A.
Yeah, you know, baby steps. Mm-hmm. You know, at least move out the house. Mm-hmm. Which I somewhat agree with.
How old is Kierra again?
I think she like 25.
Oh, so she's over 21.
He's over 21, J. Drew.
She's older than him?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
He's like 2 or 3 years younger.
I didn't know that.
I think he's on like 22 or 23, something like that.
All right.
They said they age.
Don't bring up old stuff. We talking about the here and the now.
But
no,
you almost making me about to cuss. I forgot where we were.
I should hang up a cross, to remind.
Where are we?
We're talking about her trying to move out. You know, the friend got in her ear.
Yes.
From L.A. and so she sat the family down, and she's like, you know, I'm not just the family, the mother, the father, and her uncle,
the realtor.
What's his name? Uncle what?
Uncle Rand.
That wasn't it. Ethan. I think it was Ethan.
We're gonna call it Ethan. It was Uncle Ethan. That's what we're gonna call it.
That wasn't black enough for you.
Not hit over there. I done broke the code, people. But anyway,
he's a real estate agent, so that's why she brought him in the mix. And she's explaining to her parents, like, "Hey, I would like to take that next step, show well at least something that'll make me grow up." So it's almost as if she feels that since she doesn't have to like be responsible for anything, and she has to rely on other people to tell her what to do, when to do it, then
she wants that independence.
She wants that independence. I can't even say she wants the independence. I feel like people are getting in her ear.
It's like okay, I guess I'm old.
I
guess I'm supposed to have my own apartment, or I'm supposed to move out and do whatever.
So it's not necessarily like
it's not a have to.
Yeah, or even what she probably didn't even think about it until her friend planted that seed in her head.
I guess
that's what I'm supposed to do. You know, everybody else I know that's my age is out on their own or married or something like that.
But half of me like, these bills.
They miserable. Exactly.
Misery loves company, people. And so she ready for her to have them bills and do it. But
the parents ain't they don't want it. They feel like it's too soon. And
especially the daddy. The daddy, he was like
because I could imagine, my daughter moving out on her own. It's not like she's dating right now. Well, I don't know really. They haven't said if she's dating or not. But then now I have to worry about her. Mm-hmm. And I worry about her already as it is. But if she's out on her own,
that's what the uncle told her. Yeah,
right. You have to worry about her security, like somebody trying to rob her or do anything like that, break into the house. And who wants that extra burden when I got all this other stuff to worry about? Yeah. And so the mama's worried too.
Yeah, she was like, okay, if she left, she don't know what to do.
Right.
And so, I think this, she's close to her daughter, and so that's her last child. Because I think J. Drew is going out the house. They probably kicked him out of the house once he had a baby.
Well, once you start having babies, then you on to some grown man stuff. So you need to get out before I kick you out.
Do some grown man stuff. But anyway, that's what you do with young men anyway. That seems like when they 18, either get a job, work something.
You're less reserved to try to keep them home because you want them to man up
because they're gonna have to provide eventually.
So why not start now trying to provide for yourself?
Get out my house.
Eventually, I don't know if he even had the chance to provide for himself before he made a family. So I just don't know how fast that all happened. But the other thing that he's dealing with too is everybody, not even everybody, the mother and the father trying to push him into ministry. Mm-hmm. So he's talking to the mother, and he's still harping on the fact that Kierra's meeting with other producers, and he's on the music tip. Like, we are family, we're supposed to be doing this thing together.
We don't need nobody else. We talented enough.
We are talented, and honestly, they are. But the mother also said we need to be open, and if this is where Kierra feels that she needs to go for you all,
let it be
to blow up Shway, then hey, this is what it is. And she said, I feel like she mentioned that now this will provide an opportunity for you
to get in that word
to get into your lane.
Start getting into your preacher.
Right, because she wants him to be a preacher. And that wasn't the first time that was brought up on this episode. And he's not feeling that right now.
Nah, not at all.
I mean, how would you feel if, like, every chance they got, your parents was like, you need to be because your father's a deacon. You need to. That's where you need to be. You need to be on the junior deacon board. You need to be a junior deacon. Now you need to be a deacon because the church needs you. You need to follow in your father's footsteps.
It's what he called.
It's a legacy.
It's a legacy. I don't think you understand the severity or the seriousness of what I'm trying to tell you. And he went down the line again. Your great grandfather was a minister. Your grandfather was a pastor. I'm a minister. And then one day,
how you gonna feel like if you break this legacy? And I feel like that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody who ain't really feeling
what you feeling.
Now, if it's supposed, well, let me think about this, because I feel like if you are called to be a minister or called to preach, I feel like that calling, it may come through somebody else. Somebody else may speak it, but I feel like the Lord's going to also put that on you as well.
I think that should be the one and only.
Well, I'm saying. But
of course you got people that prophesied. Tell you.
But then I feel like the confirmation will come from it'll come to you.
Yes, of course.
So the fact that they are trying to persuade him to be what maybe he's supposed to be, but if the Lord hasn't put that on his heart yet, I would hate for him to step out there and try to be a shepherd over a church. Or try to minister when he hasn't honestly been led.
And he ain't ready.
No, because it's time out for the Jack Daniels in the pulpit. Just it's time out for playing. And I feel like if they push him, I know they still play, but I feel like if they push him, then
it is not making the situation.
It won't make it any better
at all.
And that's not what we need.
But I think the lady, because Karen had a good friend. I think it was another pastor.
Yeah, she was another first lady.
Okay.
Her last name was Morton. I remember that, like Vera Morton. I don't want to lie about the first name. I probably just did, but I didn't mean to.
And she's somewhat grazed over it. But she told her, she gave him a word on the daughter. Mm-hmm. But she was like, my son, I think he want to do more secular music. Mm-hmm. And she said, well, he needs to find his way.
He needs to find his way.
I think eventually,
I felt like that was enough.
That was it.
Because he needs to find his own way. I think maybe she would have said own instead of his way. Because now maybe I just need to help direct you to your way. He needs to find his own way. Let the Lord lead him.
I don't think, and I think it's with him or his type of attitude. I don't think I don't think he's like a sinister person. But I think he just he want to venture out and see what's going on. And I
feel he'll eventually.
Yeah, come back but I don't think it'll take much. Mm-hmm. I've done all I need to do. Mm-hmm. I sold my Royal Oaks, and so. Now what else? What else is there? Now I feel like it's like
let the Lord use them.
But I can see that. But I don't. But he don't have to be a preacher though. But I think
maybe he can be a minister. He wants him to be a bishop.
He want to be taking charge. One day you'll have the crown I'll have. That type of deal. He ain't feeling it right now. So I can see where I can see how that's happening right now.
And that would be very very frustrating. And then I can see why right now he's being very rebellious. Yeah, because he's not trying to hear that. That's not what he's here for.
And I don't think I think the mother will back down. I think Karen will back down, but I don't think Pops I don't think he's trying to hear that.
Because remember, the pop is saying like the preachers are in our family and the singers are in your family. When he was talking to Kierra and Clark-Sheard, he's like y'all winning.
Y'all family winning.
But she reminded him, you know, I would like for him to be a preacher. The other thing also is, remember the video thing where Kierra. Oh, okay. Well, also remember they sung at the
Detroit Tigers.
Detroit Tigers, yeah.
That was it seemed like it was like I told you. Like imagine take them out the gospel world, and it seemed like it was just two people so high going into that ballpark.
Maybe they was like high on a spirit, you know. Because they were so like starstruck with being able being able to fathom singing the national anthem.
It was funny how they was
at the Tigers.
He said
they was like loopy.
And when the dude came in and said, "You know how you said play ball? You know, can you say that in front of the fans?"
Talking to Kierra.
Oh, let me give you a hug. I mean, it was they were so
like there was some laughing gas in the room or something that just had them real happy and just so loopy.
Mama came in. And I came in when they saw the ballpark, and she was just in tears. And I'm like, I guess it was her shining moment, or part of her shining moment.
Especially doing something that you consider to be like something epic or something that you thought you'd never be able to do. I mean, they sang
everywhere.
She just came back from London, you know. So you've done big things, but for something you thought you'd never be able to do, considering this is not really the gospel arena. But this is still something that you would like to do, and you got the opportunity to do it in front of so many people. Then I mean, I probably would let me sing. No, not sing. What should I do?
You can go ahead and sing.
Oh, let me sing in front of like 1,000 people. Once I wake back up from passing out because I got the opportunity. You know, I pass out on stage. I remember I used to sing and I would close my eyes, and once I open my eyes after the song, I'm facing like this way. Everybody else over there like
this way, brother Mike. This way.
Just retarded. Because I'd be so nervous. But I mean, just the opportunity to do something like that, something you consider big, and
they couldn't get over. I mean,
I would have been. I think I would have been the same way.
They were floating.
I wouldn't have been able to believe it until the next day when I saw the video.
As soon as they got out that car, they start walking on clouds.
On clouds, yeah.
I mean, that it was. I just had that little vision. It just seemed like
it's like it was
a Cheech and Chong video, real quick when they went to that. My mind.
But like I was saying, the drama continues between Kierra and J. Drew.
And J. Drew, yes.
Because she told him about the video.
Yes.
And like when she went, what's his name? The producer from L.A.
Jerkins, Rodney Jerkins.
Yeah. When he was talking to her about this music project, he said he wants to do like a music video. But he wants like a music video for one of his songs. She told J. Drew about that, and he's like, you know, music video that's good, that's pushing us in the right direction. But then she mentioned like she don't know whose song that she wants to do the video on, and he's like, well, it absolutely needs to be our song, not somebody else's song.
Why you even like
that shouldn't even be a question. It needs to be our song. We need to. He wants to be a part of this thing because this is his sister. And he wants her to be successful, and that's.
But plus, and he said it when they talked before, like, you know, I've been in the background,
for all this
time, and now that that you starting to make it was off my music, you know. But then she doubled back on him and said, well, our most success came off of Rodney Jerkins,
one of his hits, so one of the singles or something like that.
You know, numbers make sense. You know what. But you get both sides. You get both sides.
I can see how he's frustrated with the whole situation.
Yes,
and because for somebody you help, it's like your child that you help raise. They all of a sudden get another teacher. You know, you've been teaching them to sing. Now they get another teacher, they start blowing up and act like they don't need you no more. It's like, well, started from the bottom. Now we're here, and now you kick me to the side, kick me to the curb, and he's feeling that way right now.
Which is ain't really, you know.
It's not like that. I don't think.
I think that's how how he's feeling at this present moment. Hopefully, I hope they would get some type of common ground.
Me too.
Was that all? It seemed like it seemed like a lot happened. It was a full episode. They gave us a lot.
Well, the only thing that happened that we didn't really talk about was the fact that remember Kierra was wanting to move out. Her uncle found a place for her to look at. They toured and it was looking all good.
She found out about that money.
And then he started
ran out the bills.
You got to pay the water bill, the light bill, the trash bill,
hey.
recycling. You got to pay for maintenance, and then
allowance don't pay for that.
And when he said like $3,700 like a month, and I'm like, I don't even want to pay the little $700-800 I have to pay a month.
And then she started talking about like, okay, so how much is to add?
And she want marble flooring.
He like, you want to add to this?
When you're fancy or when you're used to a certain lifestyle, then you want to continue it.
Hey, maybe she need to live on her own then, so she won't have that shop.
But I started out with an apartment.
What was that? A house she was?
It looked like a house or a condo or something like that.
Type.
But it could have been an apartment for $3,700 a month.
Yeah,
when you paying light, water, you paying too many bills for.
You paying them for everything. You ain't got
paying the bill
extra.
Right? That's too much. Because I know people paying like $800 for a house.
Okay, yeah. Because she said backyard. It's like this backyard mine too. And yeah, but
maybe it's like a duplex or something like that.
Maybe they didn't give us all of it.
That's still too much for something that you don't own.
And she I guess it clicked in her head. You're like, I'm torn now, so I don't need that space because I'm not going to be there half the time anyway. So I'm just paying rent just to be paying it, just to say I have it. But it's good to just have it though. Sometimes
I feel like that's what hotels is for. Like when you need to get away, like whatever's going on at your parents' house, and
ain't nothing like home. No, your own home.
Call it what you want.
That's what I call it, your own home.
Motel 6 leaves the lights on.
Motel 6 leaves you itching. That's what that do. That ain't snuggled
maybe
up.
They need to turn the lights on every now and then. Because when you turn the lights on, all the bugs come.
We're going to leave the lights on all for you. Because we don't know. Hey. But, hopefully she'll get out her. I guess this is a stage for her too. And the daddy was sure happy that she stayed home.
The mama was too. She
gave her a little dance and everything. She like, yeah, your wig gonna
you
fall
don't want the
off.
wig to fall off. That was funny.
But it was a good show. I think it was a transition show because like the previews they gave us seemed like it's really gonna give us some heat. Yeah,
like the next episode seems like it's gonna a lot of drama. Yeah. Gonna go on in the next episode.
Yeah, people's emotions are gonna start hitting, and it seemed like it's mostly J. Drew.
Yeah,
and him not wanting to be with the church or him
wanting to do his own thing.
Doing his own thing. Yes. Anything else, Brother Mike?
That's all I got, Mike.
I want to say.
Which one is that?
The new subscribers. Thank you for enjoying us and clicking subscribe.
Thank you. I'm like, I don't know if they enjoying it, but thank you for subscribing. Some people subscribe and hate.
That ain't good.
And we don't want to believe that that's what our subscribers are doing. We love you guys and we appreciate it. May His peace. They don't do that. No.